All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day, incredible weekend, actually. It is Monday, so happy Monday to everyone. John, good morning, my friend. Thank you so much for covering for Peter, as Peter does his thing in Colombia there. I saw some pictures of him early this morning, trying to lick some stuff. Don't know if that's safe, but we'll see what happens. How are you, my friend? How was your weekend?
Went by too fast. I shouldn't admit this year. I was telling Brent I feel a little hungover this morning, so take it easy on me. Unexpected fun last night. You never know when it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I know how that can go, man. So hopefully you had a great time, and yeah, thanks for covering, man. We appreciate it. All right, let's get right to it, guys. Our gappers list this morning a little heavy on the green side of things, as you can see. Plenty of stuff on here. This gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can pick this up yourself for free as well. Just head on over there, tradingterminal.com, click on scanners, and you'll have this list available to you as well. I see some stuff that we're very familiar with on the gap down, Riot, Mara, and Nvidia. So gapping down a couple of percentage there. We'll take a look at what's happening there. And I see a lot of Chinese stocks taking over the gap up list today. So a few of my favorites on here this morning. We'll look at those. But before we do that, we'll look at the top 5 and see if there's anything interesting happening with some of these tickers. I don't know them all that well, but we'll see what kind of company they are and if there's any kind of opportunity for us there. So, all right, let's get to our U.S. economic data.
Yes, the only thing we got going on today are wholesale inventory. I'm off the hook, so there isn't an 8:30 data release where I'm usually scrambling to try to figure out what the number was. So yeah, 10 o'clock wholesale inventories forecasting 0.2% bump. It was, I think it was 0.2% drop last time. So yeah, just if you're trading, remember, I think we talked about this last week. Those 10 o'clock news items sneak up on you, and they make the prices wiggle a bit sometimes. So just be careful.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. So at the moment, not much for today, as we see here on the U.S. economic calendar. Look at the overall SPYs, pretty much flat right now. Very, very light volume. Is that right? 200,000 shares traded. So very light volume, pretty much flat for the most part. Let's get to our tickers here. We got going on there. First one on deck, SATL. So SATL is satellite logic. I don't even know what they're trying to do. They try to combine two words or something. Satellite logistics. Like, yeah, I don't know. But here, as you can see, they're up 40% this morning. 2.6 million shares traded. Hard to borrow. The float on this, I'm showing 64 million. Thought it was going to be a lot lower than that. But yeah, it's high flying this morning. John, any news on it today?
Yeah, they got a little. So what is this company? They operate an integrated geospatial company in the Asia Pacific, North America, and internationally. Engages in tasking satellites with monitoring assets and keeping up with their changing reality for something. That sounds like some spy satellite stuff, or I don't know. But they announced a $10 million private placement made by a single institutional investor. Also, there was a second piece of news there. They've expanded its contract with SynMax, a U.S. satellite data analytics firm, to enhance SynMax's Hyperion platform. So a couple news items there. Definitely a stock I've never heard of before, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard of this one. Again, lower on the lower side, 64 million, but it is lower price. How well it's going to trade at the market open, I'm not sure. They've been moving around a bit over the last couple of days. If I go back here on our daily, look at Friday's action, yeah, it's not so great. Very light volume. Again, on all these days so far, they've been able only to do about 6 million. Looks like just right under it. Today they have half of that. So maybe today could be a day where they trade much decent than what they have done in the last couple of days. So I have no faith it's going to do that, or at least it's going to meet what I'm looking for. So I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go down to the next one, RGTI today. Another one up quite a bit here, 15%, 32 million shares traded. This is a 203 million shares float is what I'm showing here. Tons of volume, man. This is Rigetti Computing, and again, same thing here. The last couple of days have been seeing some action towards the upside. Lower price stock. Again, these lower price stocks just kind of don't fit my criteria. I don't like the price action that much. This is heavily in play. I mean, John, this is a 32 million shares trade. I mean, I know it's a lower price, but that's still a lot of volume to have at 8:36 in the morning.
Yeah. You know how the market always gets like a new shiny new toy to get excited about, like AI or cannabis or electric vehicles or whatever, Carlos? So this morning, there's a couple quantum computing companies on the list, and RGTI is one of them. There's no specific news other than people are getting kind of excited for it. So I noticed there was also another ticker on the list that was a quantum computing company too. I think it fell off the scanner, but that sector might be getting might be the next place to go have some fun. I don't know if it'll be as big as some other catalysts we've seen in the market, but it seems like quantum computing might be something people are getting excited about. And it moved a lot on Friday, right? So it's kind of a second day play.
Yeah, big day on Friday. Again, tons of volume for this one though. Unlike the other ones, this one had a lot of volume. You can see here it was in play yesterday. So, I mean, I guess I want to see if if this new toy is going to do something for us. I think this would be the one to watch out of the ones we've seen so far. So, if I am going to watch one, just to kind of see where things are going to go, this is 203 million shares flow. So maybe this will be the one. I'm going to put it on a secondary just to keep an eye on this computing stuff and see if there's anything that's getting hyped about it. There might be something good out of this one. Tiger, TIGR, is on this list as well. This morning up 15.1. We've seen this one plenty of times before. 2.8 million shares traded. Pre-market is pretty flat, right? We had the nice gap up in the morning here. So there's the gap up and just kind of went sideways at 708. I mean, almost looks like a buy. I don't know that that's what it is. I don't think it is, but it looks pretty flat at that price. So not excited about it. John, anything interesting going on with Tiger today?
It does have that buyout look to it, doesn't it? That's not the news. The news I found is they got an investor to kick some more money to them. What's up with these words we have to say this morning, Carlos? Quadrature Capital purchased a new stake in UP Fintech, which I believe is the name of this company, in the third quarter. According to its recent filing, it purchased roughly 97,000 shares of the stock valued at $500,000. So somebody's getting interested in it.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger never really traded that well to begin with. This pre-market action is really not getting me excited at all. So hopefully it can break out and do some stuff. If it does, we've seen what this thing can do. It has broken out pretty aggressive in the past. I have not traded this one even through this stretch here. Usually I find other things to look at. But it has the potential. I mean, it's been up to 14 here. So if something can get going with that catalyst, it doesn't seem that crazy of a catalyst just yet, but we'll see what the market thinks about it when the market opens. I'm not going to have it on my list. I'm going to move on down, guys, to the next one out here. We'll do one more off the top of the list, and we'll hop around a little bit. IPG today is Interpublic Group, 14%, 2.7 million shares traded. This one, 371 million shares float. Nice gap up. I don't think IPG we ever looked at in the past, or I don't think we ever ran into this one. John, anything exciting about IPG?
Yeah, they're getting acquired. A company called Omnicom is going to acquire Interpublic in a deal that will reshape the advertising industry. An all-stock deal would create the world's largest ad conglomerate. How about that? I've never heard of either of these companies, but they must be the ones selling me all the things in the world.
Could be. I again, just I don't like it. I could be completely wrong on all of these so far, but it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for me. RGTI is the only one that looks decent so far from the few that we looked at. I like the volume on this one. Pre-market looks very active, although we're losing a lot of ground here from that 580 price tag that we had at the high of the pre-market. Let's see how it looks in a couple of minutes here. All right, let's stop here. Let's hop around a little bit. I see there's a bunch of Chinese tickers on deck this morning. Obviously, there's something going on there. We got Becky, we got BILI, we have JD, XPEF, Lee. I mean, you name it, they're all on here. Baba, my favorite, which you'll look at now. That's usually the one I like to watch. Right now, they're up 6.6, 1.8 million shares trade. That's a big, nice pop coming into the market, the pre-market this morning. So definitely like that one. John, what's going on there? And do you have any favorite Chinese tickers that you like to watch?
Yes, but to the first question, I don't know why they're all moving, and maybe someone in YouTube or in the chat room could tell us why China's getting a boost this morning. But you're right; they are all moving, and they all tend to move with each other. So I think I saw FUTU and BILI and all the old favorites on there at one point. Um, so yeah, which one do I like to trade? You know what I used to love to trade was Baidu, but that just hasn't been as good for the past
Yeah,
year or so.
yeah,
Probably Baba, I guess. Baba or JD maybe. PDD is also not so bad.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Actually, yeah, you're right about PD. That one traded pretty well a few months back. So yeah, that could be exciting. I forgot about that one. Uh, but yeah, they're all looking good. Someone's saying China stimulus, additional new stuff. Someone in our chat saying additional stimulus because we had that a bit ago, and that's what caused it, that beautiful breakout. If you guys remember this, that was really really nice. And then I guess we're doing some more. Okay, so
yeah.
that will definitely drive things. Um, I I do like Billy this morning. Looks interesting. I like the volume in Billy, 1 million up 12%. Normally this is not the one I go to, but I do like what I'm seeing here on Billy. I think I'm going to add that one to my list alongside Baba here. So we'll do Billy. And again, these stocks can trade very well. We had a lot of fun last time. This was the catalyst. If you guys remember that, had a huge breakout and continue over a couple of days. So that was really nice. I'm going to add also PDD to my secondary because I think that can also be fun. And then usually, I don't know for you, John, but usually this XPEV and Lee, they're even when China does their thing, they're still like on the back burner. They're not really on the front end of how great the moves can be. So I usually stay away
Yeah.
from them. So Lee and XPEP, I'm not even going to be looking at them. I don't know if you get the same feeling with those two.
Yeah, I don't trade those too much. I was just going to make a comment. If you look at PDD and Baba, they're similar price. I think Baba at the moment's $91 ish. PDD's at what 107. So they're not far off in price. PDD will trade a lot different than Baba. It moves much more, but there's usually a bigger spread on it too. Bob, one nice thing about Baba, it's very liquid and the spread's usually quite small, like a penny. But you're not going to see that on a PDD. So it's kind of like this pay to play thing, like with spready stocks that the ones that have a bit of a spread tend to move more. And you'll see that with PDD versus Baba today, probably.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And this is why I like Baba. You see that it's much nicer spread there. And Billy as well. Billy could stay pretty tight. It's a lower price stock. If you want something lower price, you can check out Billy. Again, normally I don't have it on here, but I like the volume we're seeing today. I like that they're up 12%, kind of leading the way with Becky up here as far as the percentage gain. So we'll be watching those and see how that plays out. All right, let's see what else. So that's on the Chinese front. I see PLTR is on here and also SMCI. So we'll look at those two of our favorites. Oh man, I have not pulled up PLTR. Look at this bad boy, up 6.6, 8 million shares traded. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want out of this stock, man? This is just on fire. Loving it, loving it. Yeah, this will be on my list. Wow. 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 All right. John, have you been keeping an eye on this one? I mean, this one's been high flying over the last couple of days. Volume all
Yeah.
of November and into December have been great. I mean, it's awesome.
Now it's crazy. I know there's a lot of fans of this as an investment, and a lot of people have been quite passionate about it doing well, and it's paying off now for sure. I mean, you could have had this stock for what $30 back in well, it's a weekly chart back in September. Yeah, so it's on a tear.
Yeah.
Never felt the same belief in it that other people did. I never dropped any money in it long term, but it's cooking.
Yeah, same here, man. I didn't think they had it in them, but look at them now. They are just crushing it. So so yeah, in play for sure. 8 million shares traded. They just keep pushing higher and higher. So PLTR will be on deck. Another one of our favorites. HG says in chat that his swing trade on PLTR has been treating him well. I'm sure it has. I'm sure it's
Oh,
been
there it
treating you
is.
very,
Okay.
very well. Yeah. Let's
It
take a
does have a
look
little
at
news this morning too. I know it's moving
yeah.
anyway. It's kind of hot, but it does have some news. The U.S. Special Operations Command expanded a contract with them, so there's a little bit of good news. I doubt that's really making it go nuts this morning. I think it's just on fire.
Yeah, this thing is
It's probably at the
started
point now
ringing
where they get a
fires
little good news and
November.
you get a much bigger effect out of it. So
Yeah, yeah, which can lead to an overreaction, right? So again, November this thing was at $40, right? 81. So it's yeah, it's massive. But yeah, I agree with you, Sridhar. That's going to create a volume for them, right? It might not exaggerate the move that they're probably going to get anyways, but it can create the volume and interest. So that's good. All right, another one of our favorites, also SMCI is on deck. We're up 10% on this one, 6.4 million shares traded. So again, just look at the recovery, right? This thing slammed down end of October, if you guys remember that, went all the way down to what, $15, and we're back up at 47. In like 15 days, we went from 15 to $47 completely. Well, today we're actually covering this gap down that we had a few weeks back. So this is nice. It's been trading so well. It's back at as its original price, where we were not paying that much attention to it. We started again in November after the drop here and continue. I wonder if it's going to kind of change the way it's been trading. The volume has been much higher over the last 30 days. You can see here into November, obviously. I wonder if that's going to continue. Today is showing that it is 6.5 million shares traded. Again, up 9% this morning. It's on fire. John, I don't think there's any news on this. I think it's just been heavily in play, man, especially with the new CEO and the CFO, I believe it was. I mean, it's just been on fire.
yeah, let me check real quick. No, I don't think there's any news on it. It's just in play.
Yeah, yeah. So I like it, guys. It's been trading very well. I'm going to put it on deck here for sure. All right. What else? Let's take a look. This list getting a little bit longer. The only other name that sticks out to me here is going to be Tesla. So we're going to look at Tesla. Then we'll hop around a little bit, see what everybody else has. And John, what you have on deck as far as gapping down, if anything. Here's Tesla up 2.3. They just continued to rip higher. Had a great day on Friday. 4.4 million shares traded. So better volume than we see in the last couple of pre-markets that we're kind of stuck here. So that's decent. I mean, this is a must watch. I think Tesla is back in our list again here, looking really nice so far in the pre-market. I don't know if there's any news, John. I think it's just Tesla doing Tesla things, unless there's something
The
else out
news
there.
is my Tesla finally got registered, and I've been driving it around, and people have been seeing me in it. And every time they see this cool guy in his new car, they sell another one. I'm I'm the best advertising Tesla ever got. There's the news. No, there's
That
nothing.
is
It's
great.
just yeah, it's just cooking. It's coming up toward 400. I think it went over it in the funky candle, the 8 o'clock candle broke 400. I don't know if that counts, but it's it's gonna try to get up there today probably.
Yeah, yeah. So Tesla here, friends. I like what I'm seeing. Will be on deck. Man, this list already. We haven't even got to what you guys like. We haven't got to the gap down list, and I can literally just go from here to the market open right now. Like I'm ready. This list is on fire. I love everything I have here so far, and we still got some more to go through. So let's check it out, John. As far as gapping up, is there anything else you like that we haven't covered yet?
Looking at my list, all these Chinese stocks we already talked about. Man, some of them are up a lot. Like JD's up almost 9%. Um, no, I don't think so. Maybe check out Reddit. That's moving a bit this morning. It's up almost 4%. It's a bit of an
What is that
outlier.
ticker? Is R? What is the ticker for that?
RDDT.
DDT. There
Uh,
we go.
yeah.
Yeah, this is one that, man, wow, recent IPO, and I say recent because it's less than a year, I think. Yeah, right, recent IPO, and just look at this thing, man. It is on fire. This is one of those IPOs that people say, hey, how are they gonna do or what? I don't think they're gonna do well. and they are proving everybody very, very wrong if you were on the camp that they're not going to do well. 168 right now in the IPO. What was this at? Like $46. So I'm sure a lot of investors are very, very happy with this one. As far as trading, I really haven't had any success with it. Not that I've been taking stabs at it, but it hasn't been one that's been front and center on my list. I gotta admit that. Like even if you look at, I see more of this type of pre-market market open than what we saw on Friday. Friday had a great, great day. Little struggle at the beginning, but look at the nice, beautiful breakout here. That's continuing into today. But yeah, this stock is just on a daily incredible. So as far as day trading, if we can get a day like yesterday, that was awesome. Definitely want to take a look at it. 185,000 only, 3.6. Again, they don't get tons of volume pre-market, so we'll have to wait for the market open to kind of see what's going to do. Like even if you look at Friday's pre-market, actually look how dead it was, and it had probably one of the best days in some long time, in a long time there. So yeah, our DDT definitely on deck this morning. All right, let's take a look at what's gapping down. Leading the way, BIOA. What is this? BioH Lab gapping down. So they're not doing too hot this morning. Gapping down 72%, 410,000 shares traded. Somehow we still have shares for short. Not really. Only 10,000. It's not going to be there for a long time. Yeah, I'm not going to watch this. This is not going to fit my style of trading. It looks messy, and I think you just might get kind of no real movement out of this, right? What was it? Yeah, roll the truck on that. Some kind of face trial failure here.
Actually, I can't find any news on it. How much is it gap down? Is it significant?
It's down
Probably is because
72. Yeah, 72%.
yeah. That's wow. Okay, no, I don't.
Someone's
I
getting
haven't. I
fired.
haven't. Yeah, I haven't been able to find anything on that one.
Yeah,
BioAtla.
it's probably not. See, these companies we never hear from. It's probably not cover a lot, so it's difficult to find news on it. Their recent IPO too, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, and they just opened up like in September. So yeah, I'm not watching this. This is not something I want to be bothered with. Let's take a look at. Did you find something, John, on it?
I'm just looking. Mike in the chat just posted something. He says
Mm-hmm.
2 months after IPO. It's just the same company though. He's posting something called BioAge Labs. I'm not sure that's even the same
Yeah, it's the
company,
same
but
one.
it is. Okay.
Yeah, it is. That's
BioAge
the name of it.
Labs
Yeah.
stops Eli Lilly collaborated obesity trial on safety concerns. Oh, their fat pill's not working. So yeah, that'll hurt
Mm-hmm.
you these days.
Yeah. Fat pills got to work. That's not gonna work out well there. So, all
Yeah.
right. Well, they're definitely reducing their gains this morning by a
They're
lot with just
slimming
reducing the
down.
weight. Yeah, they're slimming down their
Oh.
gains and price, and not the actual people. They're doing it backwards. So down 72%. Not gonna cut it. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look. What else, friends? So here we have Riot. I have Mara. I have some other Bitcoins down a little bit today. Riot is down 6.3. I haven't looked at Bitcoin. What's the price of Bitcoin right now? Do we have a good weekend? I did not pull that up.
So it's okay. It was
But
up
that's
over
something that,
100,000 again,
yeah.
I think. Well, maybe it was Friday, but it's at around
Mm-hmm.
99 right now, which is it's not terrible. So I'm kind of wondering why the Bitcoin stocks are taking it on the chin this morning too. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Riot's down 6.5 here with some good volume, 3 million shares traded. I do see Mara also on deck, and they are down 3.5 with 2.5. Again, it's not a huge deal. They're still within the range over the last couple of days. So if you look at Mara, it's still within that range from the last few trading days. Coin, which is another one that I like to trade. Got to be careful on the share sizing on this one. Again, just down slightly. So I'm gonna watch Riot. Riot seems to like have extra volume today, and they might be kind of doing their own thing here a little bit. So I'm gonna watch Riot just to see where this is going to go. They're down
There's a little
6.5, which
Riot
again they're
news.
leading. Oh, there is. Okay.
A little. So Riot Platforms announces proposed private offering of 500 million of convertible senior notes. So that could be the news there. I was thinking because there were other. Well, I wonder if that's driving the other ones. I don't know, but yeah, there's a little bit of news on Riot there.
Okay, that makes sense, right? Because just the type of volume you're getting here, how big the gap down is, and maybe that's pulling some of those ones down a little bit. So I'll watch that one again. I'm not a big fan of trading Riot. I prefer other ones instead of Riot, but today they actually look pretty good. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on these guys. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. PKX. PKX. Let's see what we got going on. Ugh, this is nasty. I want no part. What is this? Posco Holdings looks foreign. This looks like Tic Tacs candlesticks. No, I don't want. I don't want. Yeah, roll the truck on that. Garbage. Today's garbage day too. Here on Monday, they pick up the garbage in my town, so they can take this one too. I don't like it. John, anything on this? I don't think. Not even worth looking at.
No, I don't think so. Again,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
that I can find immediately. What's it called?
yeah.
Posco
No, it's not worth
Holdings?
it. Yeah, it must be foreign too. Like if you look at the way it's gapping up and down here, it's not doesn't look a US base. So
There's a little news. Posco signs major deal for 20,000 tons of lithium hydroxide boosting EV battery supply. I don't know, but it's down, right?
yeah, it's down. It's horrible. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna
forget it.
bother with
Who
that.
cares?
Yep. All right, we did look at Mara, OMC, and then we'll look at Nvidia. Nvidia keeps coming in and out of our gappers list, up and down 2%, being down 2%. So we'll look at it in a second here. OMC this morning down 3.2, but just look how bad this chart is. I mean, yeah, I don't like this one bit. Let's check out the intraday action for the most part. Yeah, a couple of trucks rolling in here. This is
That's
the
actually that
open on
Omnic.
Friday.
That's the company acquiring IPG.
All
So
right, so
it's
they're not going to
sharing
trade
the
well
same news.
today. Yes, that's the only reason why they're here. But I mean, this is the ugliest intraday action I've seen like ever. So yeah, I'm not gonna be looking at this. Their ticker should be, oh my god, how bad this is. Now OMC, but it's just so bad. All right, Nvidia. Let's look at that one. That one hopefully can leave us on a better taste here before we leave the gap down list. So Nvidia is down 2%, 13 million shares traded, which seems pretty aggressive as far as volume this morning. Beautiful pre-market activity I see here. What's going on with Nvidia, man? What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, so Nvidia shares are down. As news broke, China would investigate the chip making giant over suspected anti monopoly law violations. So that's not good.
Okay, getting some stuff happening here. That's going to create some movement for us with the up or down. Right now, it's towards the downside, down 2%, 13 million. I mean, they'll figure it out. It's not going to kill Nvidia,
There's
obviously,
kind of a lack of
but I
confidence
do
in
like this one.
Nvidia these days too. I think that if you watch, there's
Yeah,
money pouring into Tesla. Amazon is really getting a nice kick lately, and I think it kind of feels like Nvidia never kept making those new highs, and I think there's just also just money moving to other tickers and assets that might have formerly belonged to Nvidia or had been invested in Nvidia
yeah.
shares.
It's interesting you say that because, like Nvidia, even through this stretch here, like stocks like Tesla and other ones were kind of doing some stuff. They were just stuck here at this 150 price, right? They didn't move any higher. So I agree. I think some money started going elsewhere, and today we could see some more of that. Not that Nvidia is going to collapse here, guys, but we have seen other tickers be a lot more active, at least in movement. But today's their day. I mean, they're down 2%. The volume is there. And Nvidia can trade so well to the up and down side. We saw a couple of really nice days here when it sold off from the all-time highs down to about 137. Right now, hanging out just a high of that 139. So I do like Nvidia. I'm gonna add that to my list, man. We have, man, this Monday. I haven't been excited for a Monday in a very long time. This is like a blockbuster list right here. So I really like Nvidia's capping it off. I mean, it's excellent. So, John, as far as gapping down, anything you like on your end?
Um, no, I don't think I have anything to add. I'm not much of a gap and down guy. I'm just checking
Oh
my
yeah, it's
list. Mara,
true. Yeah, yeah.
we talked Mara, right? Yeah, no, most of the exciting stuff is to the upside. It seems like. Um, Yeah, I would say Nvidia is probably the most interesting on that list to me. But no, nothing to
Yeah,
add.
yeah. Everything on my list is gapping up besides Nvidia, and by the time we're done, with the morning session, Nvidia might be up again. Like who knows? These things can bounce pretty quickly. So definitely like the entire list this morning. Tons of volume on almost everything, especially POTR and Nvidia this morning. Sweet. Let's take a look at what you guys like. Looking at our chat here. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Steve, Pino, Jordan, Tunde, Keith, Matt. Welcome, guys. Let's take a look. What do we have? ASTS. ASTS. We saw this Friday, right? ASTS this morning, they are up 7.5, 1.2 million shares traded. It is in play. This is Space Mobile, so maybe some space type of activity here. If we look at Friday's action, had a great day, beautiful breakout here. So I did not watch this one on Friday. John, I know you like space stuff. Is this something that's doing some good stuff this morning?
They just announced a definitive commercial agreement with Vodafone through 2034.
Vodafone. Okay. All right. Um, it's in place. Some good news. They started on Friday. Obviously, I just don't know if I have space for it. Like I like everything I have on my list, so this does not look better than anything I have on my watch on my main list already. So if you like it, guys, put it on your list. It is in play, no question about it. But I just can't fit it on my list. I don't see it being better than what I have right now. Looking at the list, what else could be in a secondary, right? Because some of these other ones I have here are not great. Like RGTI, I have it here more for entertainment, see what happens. PDD, I already got two Chinese tickers up here. So yeah, maybe we could put it on a secondary because I do have like three Chinese tickers. I could probably remove one of those and just watch Baba, but we'll see. All right, let's see what else, friends. Soundhound, let's take a look. Sound. What do we have on Soundhound this morning? Uh, and it's not up much, just slightly in the green. It does have tons of volume though, 8.7 million shares traded. But what's more exciting about this one is the last couple of days, especially Thursday. I mean, this thing just took off on Thursday. Friday continue, and if you look at the intraday moves, I mean, they just been unbelievable here. So really active. This is Friday, by the way, right? No, sorry, this is Thursday. So Thursday they did end green, but just look how massive this move was. I mean, all the way up, back down, and all the way up again. So again, just very active. It is trading very well. I think it's worth watching. I'm gonna put it on a secondary. I might move this up, but for right now, it'll be on a secondary for me. John, do you like Soundhound? Are you watching this one today?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, I think I tried trading this last week, which it's kind of a different stock for me. So yeah, I would definitely. In fact, I'm going to put it on my third watch list down there at the bottom of my market viewer and DOS. So yeah, I'll check it out today.
All right, awesome. So yes, that's Soundhound for us there. Let's see what else. POTR, yeah, Nick, that POTR is on fire. I mean, this thing is just up 6%. I mean, the daily has been incredible. Has been trading very well. It's on my list for sure. So we'll see how this does today. Might get a little bit of a sell off. I don't think it's just going to take off here, but even the sell off could be very nice to trade if it continues with this type of volume into the market open. Let's take a look at someone's mentioning Lululemon here. I know people love this stock. Friday, a great day. I find it difficult to trade. The price action for me, it's I don't know. It seems very choppy type. It's just not as clean. Maybe because of lack of volume. I don't know what it is, but I don't find it easy to trade. So today they're up 1.2. They had a big day on Friday, gapped up and actually maintained the gap. Hit as high as 410. So big moves for them. Second day play for sure. Don't put too much weight on the pre-market activity. You're not going to get a lot from it. So again, the volume right now only 23 million. 23,000. You probably had the same amount of volume on Friday. And you had a great day. So you can't really go by that when it comes to Lululemon. Wait for the market open to see what it wants to do. I'm not a big fan of it. I know some people will be watching it and we'll love to see what they do on it. John, I'm not sure if this is going to make your list or if it's a stock that you like.
Can't stand it. Never trade Lulu.
Yeah, you're on my camp on this one too, man. It's just something about it, man. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it. But
Yeah.
then we have traders like Brian, which is going to be trading live with you guys today. He loves this stock. Like it'll be on his list today. Will not be surprised if it's not on there. If it's on there. All right, let's take a look. What else, friends? So we have a few already. RGTI. Yes, that's on my secondary. Just because again, it's a lower price stock. Found $5 here. You know, the float on this is 203,000, so it's not a low flow stock. Definitely in play. You can watch it. I just like what I have on my list a little bit better. So, but it's worth watching. It's worth watching to see if this massive move over the last 2 days can continue. Penny over on YouTube giving us AMD. Let's take a look at AMD and then we'll look at Oracle. And then from there, guys, we're going to hop over to our community events and announcement. AMD this morning down 1.3, 1.1 million shares traded. So is some of the Nvidia news affecting them? Why are they down today? It's Nvidia. AMD is funny too, John. Like out of all the tech tickers, they've been doing their thing. AMD's just been stuck. Like it's
Yeah.
not really doing anything.
Yeah, I don't think there's any news. It's probably getting drugged down with Nvidia. It would be my guess. Nothing
Okay, all right.
specific.
So yeah, so some volume there. Again, I just got so much stuff on my list, so I can't add it. But worth watching. It is at the bottom of the support of this range, so that can always be interesting. Are we going to see more weakness when we do? You can get these type of days. We get an aggressive push down and a push right back up, or it can continue. Who knows? But we're sitting on the daily is really nice. We'll have to just kind of watch it. So Penny, if you like that one, definitely put it on the list. And hopefully some good opportunities there. But look at the support where it's at. That's a major support for this stock. It's been holding that for a very, very long time. So the few times it's gone below that, it's managed to get back above that pretty quickly. So let's see what it does today. All right, guys. I think we have someone's mentioning AI. What's going on with AI? A few guys are mentioning AI. Oh, AI is back in business here. We are up 4.3, 904,000 shares traded. That is interesting stuff on AI. It's been really quiet. I mean, it started going a few days here. I missed these couple of moves. Again, I've been really, really sick, feeling much, much better this morning. But it's been really quiet outside of that, right? So we got some action here coming into this morning. John, anything AI? What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Someone in the chat said they thought there was news over the weekend. I'm not sure I'm seeing that. Oh, they have earnings this afternoon, right?
Oh,
Pretty sure. So
I'm not
that's
sure.
one thing.
Okay, okay. All right. That's definitely exciting. I mean, it's 905,000. It's a lot of volume pre-market for earnings coming up, but maybe they're expecting the numbers to be great. So that's going to be exciting tonight and also coming into tomorrow's trading day. So AI here looking really, really nice. Again, that's just, I love my list right now. Let me see what we can take off. Maybe PDD, maybe PDD because
Yeah,
I got Billy and
I would
Bob
take.
up there. Yeah,
Yeah,
right? That's the one to go. Add AI here because I do want to see how that's gonna, AI is AI. It's the thing that's been, making us money for the last what it seems like almost 2 years now. So it's been like forever.
yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
in the
gotta
same
have AI on
category
the
of
list.
SoundHound and uh, PLTR and things like that. So they're all kind of moving. There was some news last week when Trump announced he'd be appointing an AI and crypto czar for his administration. That helped move things last week, and I think we're seeing the continuation of that this morning.
Yeah, looks nice. All right, excellent, guys. We got a great list. Let's stop here. Let's see what our community is doing for this week. Actually, for this Monday.
We do Mondays on Monday, Carlos. That makes sense.
Yeah, we do
Okay, yeah.
Mondays on
So
Mondays. Yep.
Mondays on Mondays. It's easy. All right. So today at noon, we got, and this is for everybody in the Bearable Traders community. So it's not for elite members only, it's for everyone. Brendan will be doing the DOS Trader Pro setup and basics for new traders. Very popular platform here. And it's like all trading platforms, there's a lot to learn. So if you need some help, come on by and Brendan will help you out. And then tonight, Carlos, new members onboarding again for anybody in our community, any subscription level, come to the onboarding session and get the 411 on day trading and the things to look out for and what your goals should be and expectations and things like that. It's a great session. It happens every week. Are we going to go through the whole week here? We can do the whole week.
No, no, not the whole week. No, we'll do
Okay.
let's go to announcements. Sorry, the memberships. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so if you'd like to join us here at Bearable Traders, there's a few ways to do that. You can do the intro or the basic. We'll give you the same level of access. The intro is a $39 for 1 week. It's a really good deal because you can come join us in the chat room for a full week. And I always say I think the best part of your membership is the chat room. So for $39, you can come hang out with us for a whole week and see what it's like. Or you can do the same level of access for $99 a month. But going over to the right there, the best way to join Bearable Traders, go get that elite annual membership. You get access to all the sessions we just talked about, the onboarding and the DOS and stuff, but you also get access to the elite member content, such as the Tuesday night strategy webinars, the Wednesday night psychology webinars, the mentorship sessions, etc. And in that one-on-one psychology session as well, which is a good deal. And yeah, so our boot camp just ended over at Peak Capital Trading. If you'd like to join us for our next boot camp, it starts in January. It usually starts in early January, right after the new year. And we'll be taking on a whole new team of traders. And these are all the various kind of pieces of boot camp here: the live trading sessions, the trade book building sessions, which is really the heart of the entire boot camp experience. 13 strategy sessions, 24 trade review sessions, etc. You can read it all here. It also comes with that funded training account that you'll trade the entire time you're in boot camp. If you happen to make money on that account, Andrew will cut you a check at the end of boot camp. And we have quite a few people who earned that this last one. So it's great. Check us out at peakcapitaltrading.com.
All right, friends. Awesome. Thanks, John. Okay, let's take a look at this beautiful watch list. We have BABA, BILI, PLTR, SMCI, Tesla, and Nvidia. I mean, this is a really, really nice way to start the week. So let's start with BABA. So again, Chinese tickers with additional stimulus doing well this morning. BABA is going to be my favorite, but BILI, it looks really good today. So I'm going to be watching that one too, just in case there's an opportunity there. 92.25 is the high of the pre-market. We're going to mark down the low all the way down at 87. Again, this is a big move up for BABA, 7%. And man, they can trade very well. And this stock, I'll be looking for a short. They love to sell off when they gap up. So if there's any kind of profit taking today, it could definitely be a nice little sell off here going into today's market. So we'll see. Not saying I'm going to be stubborn, but if there is a sell off, I'm definitely going in pretty heavy on that. All right, so we have, as far as the daily, we're looking at a 90.50 is a good one, and then towards the bottom we do have it around 88.41. Not the best. I prefer 90.50. Very clean cut there as far as levels goes. Now above the pre-market high, this daily is a little bit choppy. You can see how choppy it is. Really trading like a foreign stock that it is. 94.29. And we also have 96.76. So some pretty good levels there on the daily. But again, BABA looking really nice. Another one also with this Chinese stimulus is BILI. I like the volume in BILI. I like the gap up. And again, this stock can trade very well. Lower price if you don't like a BABA at 91 or PDD around the same price tag. BILI's another great option. 21.50. Someone mentioned JD, so I didn't look at it, but JD's another one that's probably moving on this as well. 20.89 towards the bottom is a really good level, so you definitely want to mark that down. Your low of your pre-market is pretty much slamming into the highs and lows out of the last two trading days. Another off the daily here over at 20.04. And I think once you do that, you're pretty set towards the bottom. Above the pre-market high, again, we're slamming into this beautiful area of support that's now becoming resistance at 50. Above that, we got a great level up here. It's going to be right at 22.31. So we'll slam one there, and over up here around at 23.14 as well. Once you do that, you're set. Again, BILI kind of leading the way on a lot of these Chinese tickers. They're up the highest at almost 12% this morning. PLTR, guys, I mean, this is just on fire. All-time highs being set this morning, 82.70. I mean, we are just right all-time highs, right? I believe we're well past our IPO here. Yeah, we're crushing that. So all-time highs, man, it is just incredible. High of the pre-market, 82.70, and there's nothing above that, obviously. So if we look at our daily, and we zoom in a bit here, all you have to do is mark down the low of the pre-market. That's the easiest levels you do on a stock ever. two levels, high and low of the pre-market, and after that, you are all set, my friends. Do not need to add anything else. One of our fast-growing favorite stocks, usual suspect, SMCI, high of the pre-market 49.60, and we're going to do the low of the pre-market 46.04. And once you do that, you're pretty much set as far as levels goes. I mean, it's another one that's doing very, very well this morning. We can go back to October, November to set a level above the pre-market high. So I'm just going to go right in here and above the pre-market high on the daily. 50.55 is a good one. And you have a minor, it's not a big one, it's a minor one. Oh, stop moving. At 51.53. So again, looking pretty good. It's been very active. We're definitely this morning closing the gap down that we had end of October. And I mean, this recovery from like 17 to 47 in literally like 15 days, maybe a little more, but it's just massive. All right. Tesla this morning up 2.1, 4.8 million shares traded, continues to break out here. 401 is the 401.89 is the high of the pre-market, the low hanging out at 391.58. Towards the bottom, highs and lows of the last two trade days, doing a pretty great job. Previous day close as well. I don't think you need to add anything else there. We're going to go to the left here. Probably going to go to weekly. It's probably easier. We're getting close. We're getting close to our all-time highs here. This is going to be right around, what is this, 413-ish, we'll call it that, 413. So we are, continue to slowly get up there. We got some ways to go. 401 is an area that we have to get above, like you see that here. This is pre-market high. We struggled with that in the past. We haven't been up here in quite some time, but Tesla is definitely trying. 52-week high being set today. And again, it's got the momentum. Let's see if it can continue here. Maybe another reverse split at 400, maybe 1,000. We'll see. Let's see what we got with Nvidia. So Nvidia this morning, 2.2, 13.7 million shares traded. Low of the pre-market. We have 13, not a reverse split, sorry, a split. You don't want to do a reverse split. The 131.81 guys here, down 2.2, 13 million on some bad news this morning. So that's driving them down and could create some really good activity for us. 136.10 is great. And then below that, we do have 131.93 on Nvidia. So you're pretty much set towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days. I mean, this is looking pretty good and very, very active this morning. So, man, awesome list. Tons of levels. My secondary list, there's a bunch on here that are very active. ASTS is one of them, looking to break out from the pre-market highs. RGTI is another one. I don't like this one. Once they start doing this little sideways stuff and going down, they're not as fun. ASTS, this is fun, right? We continue to hit that kind of breakout type pattern. So that is interesting. Not saying the RGTI cannot recover, but towards the downsides, they're not great. And how many shares we have? We do have shares for sure, but be careful on these lower price stock if you want to short them. AI is looking good as well. We have Reddick also just crushing it this morning. I mean, so much to watch. You take your pick. Your list could look completely different than mine and be a great, great list. Speaking of lists, John, take us through what our team is watching this morning.
Let's take a look. Jared is looking at Tesla, SMCI, AMD, BABA, PLTR, and AI. It's a big list here. Pierre, Amazon, AMD, Nvidia, Tesla. Phil, Nvidia, PLTR, Amazon, Tesla, Riot. Thor, the Spies and the Qs, as usual, Amazon and Microsoft. Brian, Nvidia, Tesla, PLTR, AMD, SMCI. And is there more? I don't think there is. I forgot to type mine in. What am I going to trade? I like Tesla. I'm going to be watching that a lot.
Yeah, Tesla looks good. Right, friends, Brian is trading for us live this morning. Wait for him to hop on, and we'll switch over to them. Over on YouTube, if you haven't done so, friends, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. I'm refreshing here to see what are we sitting at as far as likes. 112 with almost 700 people watching. So nice, guys. Welcome. Thank you for being on with us this morning. Really, really appreciate it. So yeah, help us get to a better number. 114 so far. We'd love to be higher if we can. But thank you so much for those likes. Really appreciate it. All right. I'm excited for today. I hope it doesn't let me down. Sometimes I start very excited like this. The gappers list looks amazing. I hope it can deliver. This gappers list has to deliver. It's too good of a list not to deliver some really great action today, at least on half of it. least if half of these tickers trade very well, good continuation, good market open, I think we're all going to have an amazing start of the week, start of the day. So I'm looking forward to that. All right. Waiting for Brian. We'll switch over to him. And we are good to go, my friends. John, while wait for Brian, I went over to West Point. So I went to West Point not this weekend, like a couple of weekends ago. Man, it is really nice up there. Have you I'm
Yeah,
sure you've been.
I've
It's
lived there for
beautiful.
5 years. Yeah, yeah. I lived
Yeah.
right on coast, as they say. Yeah, the river, the Hudson
Yeah.
River there. The Yeah, it's amazing. You should see it. You have to go back in the summer, Carlos. It's you
Yeah.
know what? You should go check out the 4th of July concert. You'll be blown away. They do the 1812 overture with real
I
cannons and everything.
that sounds awesome. I would definitely do. I got my pass for like a year now, so I can get them based pretty easy. But yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna check that out. All right, see Brian's on. Good morning, Brian. How you doing, my
Yep.
friend?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How's the mic here this morning? Is it working okay? Hear me?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, sound
Okay.
perfect, man.
Okay.
All right,
Good deal.
excellent.
Well,
I'll let you to it,
uh,
guys. Guys, stay safe. Have a great day. This watch list looks amazing today, so have a good one, guys.
yeah, thanks, Carlos. Thanks for all the work you've done over the last week or so. I know a lot of the team members have been pitching in while we've all been off for the most part, having fun, little trading, but yeah, and now some of them went off to Amazonia, but I'd kind of had enough. I'd had enough of those guys. Anyway, just kidding. It was a great trip. Yeah, so planning another one. Already talk about possible Thailand, Dubai, South Africa. Andrew keeps talking about. So who knows? Maybe just spin the globe and put the finger down, see where it lands. You're back in Tomas. Tomas was there. Oh, you're back in Barcelona. Nice. Tomas was there. Yeah, maybe someplace in Europe, maybe France. Um, anyway, yeah,
You could come to
we'll
Japan.
stay tuned. Yeah, well, hey, there you go. I love Japan. Been there twice. I'd go there again. Still haven't seen the northern part of the country. So,
I think it's the best
yeah,
part.
the northern part.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
especially Hokkaido. It's beautiful.
Okay. Here you go. So many places to explore, so little time, right? Anyway, the what have we got here? Tesla kind of selling off a little bit, eh? As we get closer to the open, Nvidia kind of selling off. Nvidia on that sort of China news that they um, the AI, the chip sector heating up a little bit. Rhetoric about sort of the actions, and it could be the TikTok thing too. Who knows? But China throwing some more stimulus out there today, and also ramping up the rhetoric on the chip wars. So you can see Tesla here really starting to. It's interesting how it just kind of it's been picking up, and if you look at the book map there, you can see how it's been picking up these levels here as it's coming down. No real. Let's see if we can find some interest. There is a bit of interest up at 398, but you can see here how we've really kind of leaked off. Now we're getting into 396, 395 down here. AMD, probably a little bit of a B2 trade when it comes to Nvidia. Nvidia is leaking off a little bit here, picking up some of this volume here at 139, these orders. So it's filling those right now. What else we got down further? 138, 138.50 here. Got Amazon up from yesterday, from I guess Thursday session. It's not looking at that. Let's add something else. Let's see what PLTR looks like. PLTR really sold off, picked up all of these shares down here and then spiked back up. So there's definitely some buying interest there. Always be careful about pre-market action. It's usually not, the volume isn't usually high, so it makes it a little bit easier for the large players to manipulate the stock price. You know, they want to pick up these shares down here. They can kind of pull some bids, grab some liquidity, some shares, and then they push it back up. So we'll see what happens at the open. Right now, we're just SPY is flat. Actually, it's gone green. Qs are down just a bit. I think the Dow is up a little bit. IWM is up the most here, up 0.75%. So they're going, money's going after the small caps today. I can look at BABA. What have we got time? We got a few minutes. I'm not keen on trading the Chinese stocks. Every time I try to trade them, it's like it's 50-50 on making money on them. So let's take a look at BABA. Large order 92.50. It's large order, some large order down here at 91. So kind of more of a bearish book actually. We've got some orders at 90.60 here. So let's see what happens. I don't know. I'm not watching. I don't have BABA up on my screen. I'm kind of running. I've kind of run out of charts. I guess I could put it up there.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, good morning. There's my man. How's it going?
Hey, doing great, man. I was doing a couple things this morning. Looked over at the work chat and saw that you didn't have a date for this morning's dance, and I was like, well, I can't let my guy hang out by himself, so I thought I'd come in, get to do a little trading with my good buddy, the Prophet of Profit. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Just you know, I got back late last night, around 10 o'clock. By the time I got everything unpacked and crap, wanted to get some settled in. So yeah, a bit of a late night, but still on Eastern time, still on your time. So woke up early, ready to
I was loving those pictures, man. They looked great. Just watching everyone down there having fun. Little Romo, have to admit.
Yeah.
Little Romo.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad that you couldn't have made it. Some of our other members, but our other moderators, but yeah, there should be other opportunities, and of course, there's Vancouver. We got a Vancouver meetup in March.
I'll be at that one.
For some. Yeah, I know you will. I am. You were there last year, and looking forward to seeing you again in March. So just watch. There's no specific details out yet, people. They're just hang on, and there'll be some emails coming out shortly. So anyway, we got 15 seconds to the open. So let's take a look. AMD's dropping here. BABA's kind of picking up some volume a bit. PLTR dropping a bit. Okay, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Just watching. AMD is usually pretty choppy at the open, so let's just see. Oh God, dropped hard. Maybe got some more downside here. It's hard to say. Like I said, AMD can be pretty choppy.
Yeah, most of the tickers I'm interested in actually aren't opening really close to the levels I want to take them at, so I'm probably going to be a little boring this morning, kind of waiting for stuff to get into some better ranges.
Nvidia dropped pretty hard here.
Yeah, we're getting a nice squeeze right at the open.
Just shorted a bit of AMD. I'm short some AMD here, so just 89. Here we go.
I feel
We're dropping
kind of
some
laggy.
more. So I just covered some here at 60. Now we're going to drop some more. Here we go. Okay, here we are. I'm going to cover some more at 134.20. Just looking for that fill there at 134. Oh, yes, we got it. Here we go.
Nice. Very nice.
Got the drop there through 134. I'm out of most of my position now. I kind of feel like, I don't know if there's much more downside here. Kind of feels like a bounce. There is an order at 133, this big order here. And we're getting some more orders to the downside. Yes, Q's sold off and immediately snapped back. Same with the SPY. See if we can capture some more of this move here on AMD. AMD taking the brunt of this sell-off here. On the chip space, PLTR taking a bit of a hit here as well.
Microsoft just got called up near R4 for me.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what happens. Kind of got long on everything when it really squeezed. I'm looking to see if we give any of that back here now that we did all that.
There's a big solid order there at 133.50 on AMD. Let's see if we can get to it. Come on, flush. Give me some volume now on the downside. We're right at low of day. There we go. Now we're talking. Ooh, just covered some more. 133.29. There's a 133 level. So I'm pretty much out of AMD. I've got a few shares left, but I see if we can break this 133, and then I'm probably going to be done with the shares I've got.
I went short on Microsoft at 444.75. Right up near R4.
All right, well, that was it. 132.90 last fill. Might have some more downside here on AMD. Tisk. But Mike, I think it's if it's going to bounce, it should bounce here. Should get a bit of a bounce. All right. There's your bounce. See if it see what it does. Again,
that's what I'm waiting for now.
Yeah. Like, that's why I'm loving the book map. Look at these levels here. We just kept coming down, filling them. And now we're into some pretty heavy volume. Could be an area of support here. We still have a big order at 132 where it could get to.
Like I said, I got short on Microsoft when we topped on that big. Look at this big VPA signal, inverted hammer here, big absorption on Microsoft, then a massive squeeze on really low volume.
Nice. Nice trade on Microsoft. Yeah, it got right up, just stalled at just over R3, eh? Cool.
Yeah. So on my toss calculation, actually right at R4, so it was even more so kind of in the right spot. So I've got my own custom calculation that I'm using now here.
Of course you do.
So pretty soon we got the for anyone in the BBT room, you can see my screen. We got the new what I call the new hotness coming, which you can see here. It's actually starting to call the appropriate play to use. So you can actually see, like, if you're looking for long plays versus short plays. This one, because of the range, didn't call the short here, which is a change I have to make because because of ATR, it still fit. So we have to make an adjustment on that. But I'm betaing this over the next week or two. So new fun stuff coming for you.
So what is so explain that? What do you like? You're looking at some new indicators, or?
So I've my team and I guess you could say we've taken the time and we've coded my entire trading system into TOS. So basically, like, you can click on a ticker and it'll immediately, like right now I'm not watching Nvidia today because as soon as I clicked on it, no PCP found, so no preferred cam play. So I'm not on Nvidia right now because I didn't have a play that fit my system. So I'm like hanging off of that one right now, where I got focused on Microsoft because Microsoft did have a play that fit and in a range and an order book that seemed to go along with it. Okay. So as you can see, my Microsoft trade's still going over here.
Yeah.
So you should be able to just go through, run some volume scanners, get your watch list, and then you can just click through, see which plays you want to focus on. And then you can ideally prioritize your day, look at which ones are going to open near the cam or not near the cam. And then you can kind of say, this one I want to do right at the open. This one I want to do 15 minutes in. This one will be like an hour in. So you can kind of structure your day. How can you get that set up? By sweet talking me and giving likes for Brian on YouTube, of course.
Here you go, eh?
No, I'm in beta on this. As soon as it's done, I'll give it to everybody. It's just going to be openly shared. This isn't obviously anything that I intend to just keep for me or anything like that. It'll be available to everybody as soon as I'm done with it. As soon as I can make sure it's working good. Yes, and you can buy me a drink at any meetup we meet at and say thank you.
Yeah, you don't want to throw something out there that's you're not 99% confident on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
100%. But if anyone who has my book, A Complete Day Trading System, this is completely in line with that publication. So come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, little more. You're talking like 1 penny, 1 part of a penny, a fraction of a cent of a good. Thank you. Oh, that was excruciating.
Oh, nice move.
Woo!
Yeah.
Phil, right in front of 441, 401 target. Yeah.
Filled. All right, couple of good trades at the open. Four.
Brilliant. No, Demon Cleaner. Yes, sir, please. I will, that. What's Tesla doing? Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, Tesla. I knew it was going to go through that 400 level. I just was focused on AMD. That would have been a good trade as well. A little pullback at the open. Then you could have rocked that trade right through the VWAP up through that magic 400 level. Now
Tesla might be a really sweet target too, because you got to think, like, right now it's selling really, really hard, and it's Tesla. Like, if you look at like Edgeful, which is one of those stat sites that I like to use for like looking up stuff. Yep. If you look at like Tesla. Load. Tesla. Look, it's actually running a little bit less, but it likes to close its gap quite a bit. So the fact that it's also went away from PDC without closing to PDC is pretty interesting. And notice where we open now, our ATR to the downside, our expected ATR distance would be right at PDC. So you could easily sell from here. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for. I have one more trade I want to take today. And that trade's going to be if Tesla sells all the way down to PDC and then bounces off of PDC and S3, I'm probably going to long it for a run all the way back up to basically to R3, where our top side ATR is right now. So could be fun if it sets up.
Tesla looking a little weak here. Right now, it's right at some moving averages.
Yeah, it squeezed right up into the selling range and found sellers. I mean, so it was a perfect spot for this thing to kind of sell a little bit. The squeeze in was on really low volume too, so not too low. But what's the order book look like now? Let's see. You're crushing the order book right at the open. You had a really good read on that.
Yeah, and I definitely got a good move on AMD. There's a Tesla. Wow, Tesla's really selling off.
Yeah, look at this order structure they've brought into the downside right in front of 395. Tesla has been there is a different market maker involved in Tesla now, or a market maker that has changed. They put in this beautiful ladder all the time now. It's so pretty. It's like almost looks like a razor blade. It's so clean.
Yeah.
They did it in pre-market this morning as well. Look how they bounced off of it and then came off of it.
Yeah.
But look how they put this. It almost looks like a razor blade on top of the level. It's really cool. It comes down into it and it just yoinks into it. I didn't get in AMD. I was in. I only traded Microsoft this morning.
Microsoft. Yep. One trade in Microsoft.
And I did get it
in AMD. Yeah.
Brian had AMD.
Yeah, it was. That was my trade. Yep. Thor's trade Microsoft. Nice catch on Microsoft, man. That was awesome. Just awesome. Now this is where Tesla could reject again, right at this VWAP level.
Yeah, this is one of those trades where it just goes against everything you would probably ever learn about day trading. Like it's just this massive engulfing candle, and it just looks so powerful. So innately you would want to get long. But because we came into a selling range, hit the levels, and look at the deviation in volume to make this big candle, it looked very disingenuous. So I went ahead and hit it short instead. Nice.
Yeah, I just took a short right at the VWAP there. You look at my book map now. Took it short right there. What a perfect entry! Wow.
Yeah. See, when you got into AMD, and in AMD, like, because you shorted AMD, and look how, like, even in the pre-market, you're squeezing away from a large order. Like right at the open, you're sitting right above a large order, squeezed a little bit, and you got short, and then boom, then big order, bam, bam. That's so pretty.
Yeah, I just traded this with options. Just did the end of the week 400 puts. Yeah. Got in around 1250. Just covered some 1320.
That's awesome with the options plays.
Yeah. You could easily do this with shares. Don't get freaked out by the fact that I'm using options on that trade. I like to. One reason I like to trade options with Tesla is they are so liquid. This options.
Right.
Options in Tesla are probably, Tesla is probably, I believe I've heard it is the most actively traded stock with options. And so that just, all that does is basically guarantees, or not guarantees, but it usually gives you a decent spread between the bid and the ask. The one thing you don't want to trade
because that gives you don't have to worry about decay as much with all of that stuff, right? If you're doing it that way, because you can get closer to the money.
Yep.
I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about in options. Ha! Ba-dum-ts.
Well, yeah. But yeah, so that's
Yeah, it's like the guy who's standing up, like having the drink with all the like fancy smart guys. And he's just like, oh yeah, you buy Tesla? I bought Tesla. You guys into Bitcoin? You into Bitcoin? I'm into Bitcoin.
yeah. Exactly. Eh?
You smart people and your options. My goodness gracious. All right, if you think options are too smart for you, like on YouTube, I'm just gonna say you're outing yourself. But I'm gonna like on YouTube because I'm not.
Yeah. And you know, you can learn about options. I've got a book on options, of course, how to trade options by myself, Brian Pezim, on Amazon. But you know, learn how to trade stocks first, because options are just a financial instrument, just like the securities that are options are written on. So you know, you've got to understand why you're getting into a trade, sort of the fundamentals part of it, and then if you want to move to options, you can supercharge your trading by using that additional leverage that you get with options, and you know, lower price. I was trading Tesla this morning for $12 a contract, $12.50 a contract, and not $400 a share. So just remember, it's a double-edged sword, cuts both ways. So
Well, I think what's what a lot of people can generally, it's like I think options barrier to entry as far as getting to participate with the market is probably the lowest barrier to entry, because you know you can get very good potential with not necessarily the world's largest amount of buying power. But like you said, I mean, you got to be a smart cookie on the options. I mean, there's a lot to factor in. You know, you can have a perfectly good position, and if you're not paying attention to decay and some of these other things, they're going to end up being worthless by the time you're done. So you got to really know what you're doing. So I agree with Brian there. You know, it's nice for everyone to get, you know, kind of cut your teeth on the underlying, understand, you know, whose world we're in and how the market works, and then start looking how, you know, to learn how the hedges work and, you know, all of these other things people are doing. And then, you know, but make sure I don't know if you plugged it, but make sure if you are looking to get into options, especially if you're looking for swinging ideas and stuff, Brian's wrote swing trading books and options book. You can combine some of those things. I mean, it's really good resources out there. So make sure you're checking Brian Pezim out on Amazon. You can come by the BBT site if you can't find those links, and pick up his resources. Because even if you're not going to trade options, understanding how these work not only makes you sound smart at cocktail parties, also helps you trade better.
Yeah. So options you can use for all sorts of swing trading. You can use it for day trading. So, and I talk about that in my book, various trading styles, if you want to call them that. So, okay, we're getting a bit of a bounce here in the market. The Qs are pushing back up. Looks like the Qs are trying to push them to back green. You're not trading any of the indexes today, are you, Thor?
Not right now. There's a I think is it wholesale inventories. I forgot to check. I think is it 10:30 or something. I kind of figured the market would be a little choppy today, waiting for that. I forget if that's the one or not. Hold on, let me check tradingterminal.com. Make sure you go to tradingterminal.com for all economic calendar needs.
Yeah. So Monday wholesale inventory is 10 a.m. You're right.
Wholesale inventory is at 10. It's not like it's not a big one, but it's you know, it's what we got.
Well, the other nice thing about Trading Terminal and the calendar, it kind of gives you a star rating, like how impactful that number might be. So it's a 1 star. So we're not expecting a lot of excitement today in terms of economic events. As far as after the close today, we do have a few interesting ones. We've got Oracle, got was it MongoDB? Interesting name.
Yeah.
All right, Tesla's coming back up.
Rumble.
Retest the View app again. So no position for me right now. Just a couple of trades on Tesla with options and the AMD trade. AMD's come back
I
up.
hear
It's
that name.
actually gotten through
That
the
name
View
just
app.
makes me think of like Mongo just pawned in Game
I
of
know.
Life.
Matt, Matt put up the numbers as well here. So what have we got here for big time economic events this week? Anything? I didn't get a chance to put up my swing trade video. Apologies for people who usually like to catch that on the weekend. Throw it up on YouTube for free. Just my analysis of the previous week and then stuff I'm watching for the coming week. But I actually probably will try to get one out today. Maybe it's going to be late. Going to be a Monday, not a weekend one. So anyway, we do have CPI data coming out on Wednesday, and producer price index data Thursday, and usual jobless claims
Yeah, jobless gets
Thursday
things
as
a little
well.
spicy.
Yeah, we had the big jobless data last week on Friday, and
Market's been pretty boring. I mean, with all of this stuff, really, I don't know. You think we normally have ourselves a little bit of a Santa rally and stuff like that, which we could still have. There's plenty of upside in the calculated like distances. So, I mean, they still could. We just seem to have so little volume in the market right now. It's just hard to imagine. I mean, so I think that's made things challenging for everybody, because I think a lot of people are seeing this slow grind higher, which is very, unattractive as far as taking a position goes. But you're like, I know it's going higher. I just don't want to participate. So I don't know. At some point, we'll have some fun here with that kind of stuff with the market more so. But right now, I mean, if you're like zoomed out on SPY and looking at like higher value areas, they're like all the way back down near like 570 and stuff like that. I mean, they're way low.
Yeah.
So I mean, at some point, we got to crack this egg, right? I mean, or have I been saying that for 2 years now falsely? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're talking about that. You can be wrong about the market longer than you can stay liquid. Anyway, Fed Watch Tool, we've got almost 90% of the people that the options feel that we're going to get a quarter point rate cut here coming up in 9 days, next week, this Wednesday. So looking for another rate cut from the Fed. It's going to be interesting. I guess the Fed, I know one thing you can say about Powell is he learned quite early when he started the job that you don't surprise the market. So, I missed APP was a nice, was a bit of a rising devil there.
We're getting a little bit more pressure on the bid on the SPY here. If we don't find a good buyer here, we kind of distributed right at the open, a lot of downside volume. We then squeezed against it, didn't really make a new high on lower volume, then sold on higher volume. Now we've tried to push again, kind of being absorbed to the top side. I'm not saying we're going down yet, but we are kind of getting in that critical spot where if they don't manage to put right now, it looks like we're distributing. So at least on the SPY. On the shorter time frame. So if they don't find a buyer here, get this buyer to hold the price soon, we'll probably crack and take a leg, a little bit lower here on the market. There was a question, a couple questions in the YouTube. Maybe we could hit real quick for some likes.
Sure.
You know how this works.
For sure.
One of them was a question for Brian. Should an options student learn swing trading first, or do you think those things are like hand in hand, or how do you approach that?
Again, just options are just a financial vehicle to trade whatever the underlying security is, whether it's an index or an individual stock. So you kind of have to know. You have to base your decision on the options based on sort of having a feel or understanding, or at least a theory as to why you think a stock or index, depending on what you're trading, is going to go up or down or just trade sideways. So you really, like I said, you need to understand why you're taking a trade before you decide on maybe taking an options trade. So Nvidia's popping up here. So I would say it's really important. Yeah, really important to understand why you're taking a trade before taking an options trade. And that.
So I agree with you. Kind of not
yeah.
necessarily. I think swing trading is a method for interacting with the market, not a vehicle for interacting. Where options are a vehicle, not a method. So I think you can swing trade with any asset you want. But I think options provide a great asset for that. Gabby, my apologies for the crickets. I actually have a couple of cold-blooded animals in here that get fed them. And normally when I know I'm going to be on the microphone, I have them on rollers and I will roll them out into a way so you guys don't have to be bothered with them, because it happens quite often. But now an extra louder one just decided to join in the chorus. So my apologies on that, as well as my insanely loud keyboard as well. The other one, like someone was asking the difference between.
Come on, huh? You like the crickets? I like the cricket sound. I was listening.
Yeah, I think it's kind of relaxing myself. I think it keeps me chill. But yeah, I can see. It's kind of funny. Someone thought it was like a sound effect. They were like, "Dude, are you like really running like a sound effect in the background or something like that?" No, it's like sitting there. But I normally do, because some people like them, some people don't like them, and if anybody doesn't like them, then I lean to that person, because I know for some people, like an overly repetitive sound going on and on and on and on and on and on. And that combined with my voice, you put those two things together, and whew, it might not be good for everyone. So I appreciate you. What question? Daily inspiration. What's the difference between a trader and an investor? So for me, there's a couple of differences between them. All right. First off, an investor is looking to make money in a longer time frame in most instances, right? Investors are also, looking for other criteria. Right. As far as what they're looking in order to make money out of it. Some investors aren't looking to make money with price movement. They're just looking to make money off of dividend yield or something of that nature. You also have to think, when you start thinking investors, start thinking long time frame, right? So you always ask, who's willing to buy high, even though the price is the highest it's ever been? An investor certainly is. Right? If an investor thinks over time, 5 years, 10 years from now, it's going to be worth a lot of money or more money, or even maybe not that much little money, then they're going to be okay with taking that position, because this is the hard part. And Bacon actually just threw it out there. Believe it or not, there is a thing called too much money. There are people in this world who actually have too much money, right? So they're not actually looking to make money. They're actually looking just to take the money they have and just stick it somewhere so that it's not in their bank account, right? Because if it's in their bank account, they have to pay taxes on it. They got to do all kinds of weird things with it. Sometimes losing money is even a preference for them. So when you're thinking a trader, think more of as a speculator, someone who's going to be looking to make movement or money on the short-term price movement. Now, a trader, or a retail trader specifically, can be day time frame, it can be day to day, it can be weekly, it can even be monthly. You can still be a retail trader, right, and swing trade and do those things. You're not an investor, because you're looking to make money out of short time frame movements. As soon as you hit your price target, you're going to be out. If that happens in 5 minutes or 5 days, no difference. You're just making a speculative concept. So yes, sorry, going back, I know that just blew somebody's mind. Yes, losing money is preferable, right? Because they can write that off, right? If you lose money, you can write that loss off against your other gains, right? And you can offset expenses. So, and it can actually drop you into different tax brackets. The more money you make, the more money you pay. Sometimes when you cross some of those lines, you're talking about the difference between millions and billions of dollars. Right. So they'd rather take them, $20 million, $30 million, $40 million, shove it into the market and let it sit out there for forever, for as long as it needs to be there. They may never need it. Right. It literally could just sit out there. So It is 10 o'clock, everybody, and I did have an appointment today that I have to run to. I wanted to pop in and hang out with my my good buddy, the Prophet of Profit. If y'all all enjoyed our time together today, don't forget to like and come by and see us tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. We will be here.
All right, brother. I'm out of here. Much love. Trading with you as always, man. Some sweet trades for us today. Yeah. We always making a little money together.
Yeah, always making money. It's all right. All right. I'm just got along a little Nvidia here. I think we're going to 140. So well, thanks, Thor, and we'll catch up with you soon again. So let's just see here where if we can get to this big order at 140. We're making it there. We're making it there. Almost got there. A lot of people front run that. It got up to was it 390? 39.90, 39.93. Still got some buyers there. Come on, you can do it. That definitely got some sellers right under 1 to 40 here. But the buyers keep stepping up on these pullbacks. Just see if we can get enough buying interest to push this thing through 140. Got a lot of the Chinese stocks showing up on the scanner here. Break high of day, PDD, FUTU, Reddit, BILI, all showing up on high of day scanner. So those Chinese stocks are ripping. Okay, come on, Nvidia. It's one of these situations where if it just, the volume can't push it through there, the buyers can't push it through there, the holders get nervous. So looks like maybe getting a bit of a pullback here. See what it does. Just added some more there at 139.50. It's coming back up. Hey, you know what? I'm going to get out of this. I'm not particularly, don't feel like I have an edge on this. It feels a little, it's like a little toppy. Qs are not making a move at all. SPY's kind of flat. AMD rolled right over again there. Let's take a look. Yeah, Baba high of day. Pretty close. Baidu high of day. JD pushed up. Boy, any of those Chinese stocks would have been good buys at the open for sure. It's Tesla. Tesla's just settled into a very narrow range here. I just got to do something. I'll be back in a sec. All right, you got the on hold music.
You know it.
Had to let the damn cat in. He was crying outside. Didn't want complaints from the neighbors. All right, no positions right now. So stepping away from the trade desk. So back again. All right. Yeah, you see Nvidia. That's sort of a typical example of a stock that, when you see levels like this, there's a strong possibility it's going to go through, but nothing. It's a good example how nothing is 100% for sure trading. And you can see here we came back up, tested. Actually, it could have been kind of a double top action. Now we've got a lower high. So this high was lower than this one, kind of an indication that, you've got sellers here, and then it pulled back, buyers come in, but then the sellers move their expectations down. They put their orders in here and start selling, and then you basically got kind of a trend reversal going on right now. Qs have kind of lost Qs look like they've kind of lost the VWAP. Got an interesting level here on Nvidia at 138. If I look at it, kind of going back maybe 3 or 4 days last week, there's this area that had some pretty significant support right at 138. So if it does get down there, it's got a ways to go. I don't know if it's going to get there, but watch that 138 level. Amazon, I think this is all-time high for Amazon. Apple, I think this is an all-time high for Apple too, I think. Meta made an all-time high, I think, as well last Friday. Of course, it's probably going to be the beneficiary of any kind of TikTok ban. I think that about 80% of whatever business TikTok has is going to go to Meta, and about I think it was like about 5% to Snap, and the other 15% I think kind of attributed to maybe Alphabet or Google, because everyone's going to be looking for if they do ban it, but it's hard. Who knows what they're going to do? They should ban it, or at least force ByteDance to give it up, sell it off. Because right now it's just provides China government with a propaganda tool. All right, getting a bit of a bounce here on AMD. I don't know. Just looking for something to trade here. Hey, Brent, maybe in the meantime, we can, if there's any questions out there on YouTube, we can maybe answer some questions, or any questions in the room. Don't want to exclude our members.
Sure. Yeah. If you guys have questions, bring them
If
forward.
you have any questions, yeah.
Okay, let's take a look in the room.
920 strategy on a 1-minute chart. As you know, I typically use 2-minute charts. Let's check out Rivian. So Rivian's was setting up nicely for like a 920. I'm just looking at it on a 2-minute chart now. It did kind of drop below the 9, but it didn't get to the 20, so it wouldn't have been a trade that I would have taken, just because it didn't get down or even close to the 20 EMA. So and now that the fact that it sort of snapped back up after it just barely pierced the 9 would make me sort of say that's not really an ideal 920. Let me look at it on a 1-minute. Yeah, it kind of did it on the 1-minute, eh? So if you trade a 1-minute chart and you want to trade 920, I mean, that was a good example of a 920 trade that would have worked out for you. Could have gotten in sort of 1455, 1460. Didn't have a lot of range on that, because you usually what I like to do is take some off when we get back to the 9 EMA. And you didn't have a lot of space between those two. Actually would have worked out though. Could have gotten up to could have got back up to high of day there, taking some more off. Again, if you're using a 1-minute chart and you find 920 trade setups, I mean, that's no reason why you can't take them. All right. Hey, AMD about double bottom there. Yeah, you see how Nvidia kind of rolled over there, a couple of lower highs, all the way down to picking up this volume here of orders back at 139. SPY is kind of leaking off here. Same with the Qs. Tesla finally kind of broke its very sort of narrow trading range there. PLTR maybe bit of a double bottom. Let's take a look at what BABA looked like here today, so you could see. See the open. You can see all these orders here on Bookmap. Kind of waiting here. I found this on the web for open. You can see all the orders here on map. Check it out. Thanks, Siri.
Always interrupting.
Yeah. So you can see here, these were all these orders just waiting to get filled. And that's again, and then they kind of dropped off here for a while. So you could see that's when we started to get a bit of a sell-off. Some orders started to show up here. This is a great thing about Bookmap. You get sort of historical. You can see the historical orders where they were. BABA's come back down, filled these orders. So what's some of the other ones doing? JD, BILI's kind of rolled over now. JD kind of spiked up right there around 10:05, and that was it. That was kind of like the climax of buying there. Yeah, just be careful with these. I mean, we're getting a pullback now. Just there's still probably buyers there at some point, which will support these stocks for the day. You you still have to be suspect of what the Chinese economy still is terrible. They're still trying to get things going there. Still got that real estate, all that real estate overhang. Such a big part of their market too. All right. Rivian's starting to take off. High of day, and PLTR is going the other way. Yeah, I've had a couple good trades. I'm not really not too motivated to take anything else. Although there's some stuff that's kind of looking interesting here. Tesla selling off. The Qs are selling off. SPY just took a leg lower here. Market seems to be selling off a bit. Amazon's going the opposite way. Apple's right at Friday's high. Might be a good place to short Apple here. Just and use the high, which is around only about 20 cents higher here. You could use that as your stop. Apple's been an absolute beast for the last actually couple of weeks here. Pierre, nice trade. You got a nice trade on Tesla. You got that breakdown. Way to go. Very nice. Pierre was one of our hosts when we went to Colombia, because Pierre is a French Canadian who found love in Colombia and moved there. And he was one of our awesome hosts who made sure we all behaved ourselves, sort of, and had a good time. And he beat. There's this sport down there that's really popular, paddleball. I guess he whipped. Peter was doing some trash talking, thinking he was gonna step into the court and beat Pierre, but I think Pierre handed him his you know what. Pierre showed him how to play paddleball. All right, so I've done a little bit of a short on Apple here, just what I was suggesting, just using this yesterday Friday's high as resistance. Maybe we're going to get a bit of selling here. tried to pick something that hadn't already sold off a lot, but Apple's maybe not the best one, just because it's you know, I typically have I usually say never short a strong stock, but we'll see how that works out. The risk reward is pretty decent on it, so we'll see how it goes. Here we go. I'm doing this by options, by the way. Just I'm using the 245 puts. I just covered a few there at 220. Got into them at 205. Nvidia still looks like no, Tesla still looks like it's got possibility to go 390 here. Whoa, big volume drop there. Hey, Brent, do we have anybody coming on at 11 o'clock? Or I should say,
We do not. We're going to end things at 10:30 for this week because
Okay.
so many people traveling.
So many
We've decided
people.
to just kind of forego the guest spot at
Okay.
10:30. So we're just
Yeah,
going to end
cool.
things at 10:30 if that's okay with you.
Cool beans. Yeah, that's fine. It's
You can
kind
join
of
the chat room if you want, but on YouTube we'll shut it down.
okay, cool. Yeah, no, because I'm like I'm still, my body's on the Eastern time zone. It's like I should have had breakfast like about
Oh
2
yeah,
hours ago.
I know what that's
So
like.
yeah, you're still in Japan?
Yep. I'll be
All
back in
right.
Toronto for a week during the Christmas break. So that's
Okay.
going to be a 14-hour difference for me. Then week
Yeah,
later, I'm on the way back here.
that's a that's a marathon flight too.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
It's not bad though. I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Tesla heading to 390. Those I was looking at those 390 puts. They're $10.25 now. It's really late to get into this trade. I hate. It's kind of like Tesla likes to bounce randomly too. So, and I'm just sitting on these puts with Apple. As long as we don't go back up, I'll sort of put a stop in on those for the rest. But I'm already pretty profitable on those. There we go. There goes Nvidia. Maybe gonna fill that 390 level. There's a lot of orders there. Dang, kind of missed that trade. Hope Pierre still got some Tesla. Is Lulu still pushing up there? Yeah, I know. Carlos said I like Lulu. I don't necessarily like to trade it, but I certainly I have traded it in the past though. I've actually done swing trade on it, I think. But yeah, I do like their clothing. But as far as stock price goes, um,
I think it's because you're from
mine's a little.
Vancouver.
Yeah, of course, it is a Vancouver company.
Stereotype.
Yeah, and they were the kind of the first what do they call it, athleisure um, sort of brand that was that became they made the sporty look like a casual look. Everybody wear it in and out of the gym. There goes a 390 level on Tesla. Yeah, so yeah, everyone was giving me a hard time on the bus because we'd flown from we'd flown from Medellin to Cartagena and got off the bus, and the market had just opened. And I looked at Lulu, so I actually shorted it at the open, where when it was trading just the first 5 minutes or so at the open, shorted it while I was on the bus. Took some profits just before it popped back up again. So you can't, you're on vacation, but you never stop thinking about a trading opportunity. So what do we got here? Q's low of day, low of pre-market. SPY, definitely low of day. Tesla trying to bounce here now. Interesting. Tesla actually went red on the day. It's at S3, so probably going to bounce here. I think Lulu's pretty extended on this. Maybe went for one more day and maybe sell some upside calls on it. Maybe end of the week upside calls. PLTR just went red. My Apple short is still working here. Yeah, we'll see if we can get a bit better move here on Apple, maybe down to I don't think it's going to get to PDC yesterday's or Friday's close, but I might just put a stop in on the rest, and if I get stopped out on the rest, that'll still be a profitable trade. And that was a nice breakdown on Nvidia. You can just you can see where it was started to hunt for those orders to the downside. I think you can see here. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. Just one last sort of illustration here of how this could have worked out as a trade. Come on. Still looks weak. Anyway, you can see how it kept banging against this VWAP, couldn't get above it, and then eventually all the people that were hoping that it would break through and go higher, get to this level here, eventually they just started to go, I'm going to get out of this. And they started to bail, and that's when we got all these orders were sitting here just waiting to be filled to the downside. So kind of a nice pattern for a setup on Tesla, that break.
And with that, maybe we should wrap it up here. Say your goodbyes.
Yeah, hang on a sec here. Yeah, just hang on a sec. That's why I was having problems making this thing work. Yeah, here you go. You can see here we just couldn't break out of this level, and then all these orders came in here, and we just started to get filled. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us out there on YouTube today, and we'll be here again tomorrow if you want to join us, or you can pay the, what is it, the buck for a week of access. Why not? All right, guys, have a good one, everyone. Cheers.